Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey everyone, it's Heather Hope again. Welcome back to the Inspired Entrepreneur podcast. So, happy Sunday. How are you doing? How's your weekend? I'm recording this noon on Saturday, so yesterday for you guys. And I woke up this morning and it was such a surreal moment of, is it really Saturday again? I feel that way on Fridays all the time, but it feels like I don't know. Let me know how it is in your life, but for the last few weeks at least, I have been feeling like time has really sped up for me, where just days go by really fast and weeks go by even faster. It's weird. I have been just hours every day working on so many things. You guys have been hearing me say that, but it's just been I don't think I've ever been busier in my life. Even though I've been really busy in the past, but like on my projects, like solely my stuff, like classes and businesses and books and podcast, everything. Everything's just mine. Does that make sense? Like I'm not going to a job and working for someone else. I'm not doing anything for family members or it's like every single thing I do is my thing that I want to do. It's really weird. Anyway, okay. Announcement. I did get both my books in. I got them in yesterday on Friday. And I did some editing last night. So they're good to go. They're not published fully yet. I wanted to fill in some description on the Amazon pages, but they're ready to go. And, I can't wait to, actually be on video for you guys. I'm going to, think about that and see what comes up. But I can't wait to sit here in front of a camera and show you the book. I actually should just do that on Facebook Live. And so anyway, so I have the book sitting right here. It is such a good size book. Like it's a thick book, so it's not enormous, but it's thick. You know what I mean? It's substantial enough to be a book. It's not a thin thing, that's for sure. Okay, so let's jump into. I was gonna pull up my Google Doc, and I'm like, no, I don't have to do that anymore. I have the book sitting right here, so that's pretty cool. Very convenient. I will let you know when it comes. It'll be ready to go very very soon. Like I said, it's all edited, it's all submitted, it's completely ready to be sold. I just have to kind of press the button, and I think it takes a little bit for Amazon to be like, okay, gotcha. Okay, so here we go. What is today? November 22nd. November 22nd. Gosh, first time I'm able to read from the book. And I started kind of the outline of the next one, the Soul Aligned Business. Lots of ideas for that. Okay, so I'm going to read today's message. Decide on what you want and keep your focus on it. Focus on having it and experiencing it. Feel good about it. The universe and your inner being, universe/inner being, will guide you to it with ease. Literally, I just love how everything coincides. How I've been living life and how I've been so productive in achieving things and having things happen. I kind of used to be the person who would just not do a whole lot. I kind of just like hung out and was just kind of waiting for the inspiration, waiting for to feel like doing something. That's pretty much kind of my whole life, but not anymore. So I think a huge reason why I've been so productive and getting things done and having like so many projects that I'm working on is because of the practice that I have, that the daily practice, it's my journal, my 30 days to manifest your success. It's doing that on a regular basis and focusing on the things that I want. So, like, putting my attention on things I want and taking my attention away from things I don't want. And that has just improved my life dramatically. So, the more focus I put on the topics, the areas, the projects, just focus like some thoughts, that's it. Then law of attraction brings more and gives me inspiration and gives me the next step. And then I feel energized and excited. It is so easy. I look at it now and I'm like, I really wish I figured this out before, but of course, whatever. So I meditate. Like, I need to go grocery shopping, just a little bit of shopping down in town today. And then I have to pick up my husband on the way back. And so I'm trying to figure out that timeline. And so I need to, before I leave, I'm going to go in my meditation room and I'm going to do the meditating, the visualizing, the writing, maybe not a full hour, because sometimes I relax so well. Occasionally I kind of drift off and kind of sleep a little bit, which is totally fine because whatever's chilling me out is totally perfect. Because sometimes I just have this energy and sometimes this energy just gets to be too much and then I can't focus. Does that make sense? That probably sounds more like ADHD or mania or something. You know what I mean? So if I feel overexcited, which I was feeling like when I was making breakfast this morning, I was so excited about this whole scenario that I was like daydreaming about. It was a lot of fun, but I had so much energy. And I'm like, sometimes when I get too much energy, it kind of drains me or it just makes me feel on edge. And I don't like that feeling. So eventually I just have to chill. It's just regulating energy throughout the day, right? Regulating your mood and regulating your energy to sustain. Because if you go full power for a long time, you burn out. So anyway, so as soon as I get done here, I'm going to go in there and do my meditation and then, go with the inspiration, whatever comes to my mind, and then go do a little bit of shopping. I am creating a vision board. That's something that was inspiring to me couple nights ago. And so I was pulling up pictures. I was trying to print them out. One of my printers is like ridiculous with ink. So it wasn't doing anything. And so I was like, well, let's just order prints. So I have prints waiting for me at Walmart today. So I ordered pictures to be printed of things that I am manifesting, that I'm working on right now, or that I'm calling in, because of focus. I haven't had a vision board in a while. So I feel inspired. So I have this little project board, display board. It's a little trifold display. It's not the huge one that you get for a science project. It's a tiny one. So I have that on my desk, and so I'm going to fill it up with pictures. And then I may do a wall calendar from like Vistaprint or something with pictures and put it on one of my walls. That I've redone my office this week too. I moved furniture around, moved my desk around, so I'm like looking at a different place in my office. It's kind of weird, but I like it a lot. It feels more like an office environment in my office right now, and I love that feeling. And I love that my new business that I've started involves a lot of office supplies, and I was so excited about that this week because I've ordered a bunch, and I've always dreamt of, like, I love office supplies, I love school supplies, that sort of thing. But, having an online business, you don't need a whole lot of supplies. And so I've been excited to have like printers and copy paper and, different kinds of folders and you know what I mean? Like all this stuff. And I get to use a lot of it. So it's really cool. I've been excited about that. So it's like another thing that I've attracted to myself through, the universe knowing what I love. So I've been rearranging things in my office, making it more conducive. Now it feels like an office, like a real, like functioning office. It's so I'm thinking about making a collage wall calendar from Vistaprint and put it over this shelving unit that I have that I'm going to put some of my papers and stuff so I know what day it is, because, I never kind of know. And I'm going to need to know more often, and put my vision board right there in front of me on my calendar. So I've been having all of these ideas. And so little by little, I just put them on like my to-do list, like the next thing. With my vision board, I decided to order prints. So I moved on. I ordered them online yesterday, and then I moved on to my next thing. Some people in my group, my academy this week, was asking me about time management and my to-do lists and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's just like I get an idea or get a thought, I write it down, and I have a few of those in different categories of projects that I'm working on, and I just go through the list throughout the day. And I typically get everything done. And if I can't, then I just cross it out. Like if something is just not able to do, like something is just not able, then I won't do it. So, and then the next day I just keep going. And it's like what Bashar says, when you get, inspired or interested in something, carry it out until you can't any further in that time. So it's like, like I said the other day, like creating a website typically doesn't happen all in one day. You just carry out what can be accomplished until you kind of come up against a wall of like nothing is working. Then you kind of stop for the day or the moment, right? Let me know if that makes sense, because that's how I'm getting more things done. I'm not like going from start to completion on one project. I'm just working on bits and pieces of each project, and they're getting done. They're actually getting completed because I'm just doing a little bit at a time on each one, and I don't get bored. And that's what's so important. Typically in the past, it's like, oh, I'm writing a book and I'll just focus on that. And then I'll have like writer's block for a few days or a week or whatever. And it feels like I can't do anything else until I get that book finished. And that is so backwards. It's like, just work on it until you don't have the energy for it anymore. Like it's just not working. And then move on to the next thing. Move on to something totally different. Whatever comes to your mind. Work on that until you can't do anymore. And then do something else. You know what I mean? And you just keep moving forward on each project. Eventually they start getting completed. And then you get things completed, and then you add another thing to your list of projects you want to work on. And then they keep getting completed. Like I just keep completing and completing and completing. And then I add the next thing. And then I complete it, and then I add another thing, and I complete and complete. I've never been more productive in my life. And it becomes kind of addicting, I'm going to tell you. It becomes addicting to get more things done, because it's like, this has become so easy. So anyway, there we have it. Let me read through this again. It's all about focus and, let's see. Decide on what you want and keep your focus on it. Focus on having it and experiencing it, feeling good about it. The universe, your inner being, will guide you to it with ease. So you focus on what you want. And like I said this week, being honest with that. Just be honest with yourself of what you really want. Don't do anything just to please others. Don't do anything just because you've always done it. Don't do anything just because you can't think of anything else. And that's where I was earlier, like this summer. Well, like for a long time. It's like, I can't think of anything else I would do. I would get burned out with coaching often. And then I would come back to it and be like, I can't think of anything else I would do. I wasn't allowing things to come in. So that's why I couldn't think of anything else I would rather do. Because I just kept thinking like, well, no matter what I would do, my mind was not, I wasn't in the vibrational vicinity of having more ideas. I was just kind of stuck where I was. So I couldn't see what else there was. And so I just kept coming back, because there's aspects of it I do like. but I was still doing aspects that I didn't like and I couldn't see. So anything else that I could see, if there was anything else I could see, I kept thinking that it still involved internet marketing. It still involved all the things that I don't like about coaching. Well, a lot of the things I didn't like about coaching or having a coaching business, let's say. And I'm like, well, what's the point of doing that if I have to still do the same kind of things that I don't like doing? And then I'd come back around to what I was doing. It was just a cycle that I kept doing. And I would be happy. I thought I was happy, but then I'd be bogged down again on things that I didn't like doing. So I think it's really important. Like, you'll find when you focus on things that you like, you'll attract more things that you like. And I keep saying that it's general. It's not like in my business, I'm going to focus on these things to get more of that. I'm just talking about in life. If you like driving, go take a drive and really appreciate it when you drive. You know what I mean? If you like anything, appreciate it when you are seeing it or doing it. Whatever it is. For me, all the things that became my soul line businesses, honestly, businesses, like what I do for fun, because nothing I'm doing is work. Nothing. I can spend 12 hours at my desk doing 5 different projects. I don't feel like I'm working at all. I feel like I'm just playing. I'm having fun. I'm completing things. I'm manifesting things. You know what I mean? I'm like doing things that I really love doing because I've took out all the things I don't like doing. And I just focused on what I like. Okay. So decide on what you want and keep your focus on it. So like with a vision board, I think they're pretty cool because they keep your vision on it. Because if you don't have things in front of you of what you want, it's easy to forget them. So appreciate them. So on my list, so the 2 cars that I'm manifesting, I think it would be really cool to manifest it in 2021, both these cars. Of course, I really need the SUV. It's actually a need, right? At this point for what I'm doing. So I want the Porsche Cayenne. The Porsche Cayenne, I said before, my husband wanted that. He still does, of course, but he needs to improve his driving before I will give him any keys. He really does. He needs to improve. That's all I'm saying. He can drive down the street and that's it. Like that's in my car. He cannot drive any further than down the street. I'm super serious on that. So anyway, because I like my cars. I am a car person. So Porsche Cayenne. So I have a picture of the emblem of Porsche taped on my desk right now. I just did it yesterday because it's one of the prints I ordered. So the one that I printed from my computer or my printer is taped on a box on my desk, right underneath my desk lamp. Just the emblem. It's a picture I took of the Porsche that was sitting down the street for sale. And then the other one is when I test drove last year, I test drove a Bentley coupe, Continental coupe, and silver. Oh my gosh. I always wanted black, but I test drove a silver one. It is absolutely so beautiful and elegant. So I test drove it for a while with that car. And wow, that is a different drive. That's a different ride. But I take pictures of the inside when I'm sitting there. I took pictures of sitting behind the wheel. So I'm looking at the picture I took behind the wheel. So I've got the bee and the wings and the dash. So a Bentley coupe silver. Anyway, so I have those 2 pictures on my desk now, and I look at them constantly while I'm sitting here. So today I'm going to go get the rest of my pictures, or I'm going to get all my pictures, and then hopefully stick them on this board and create a vision board. So for fun. And so with the journal, the 30 days to manifest your success journal, I am really putting pieces together. I'm allowing them to come in. This is strictly for fun for me and for others as well. Um, that to create a like membership program with it, to create like to do vision boards, you know, to do maybe like once a month a class on something that revolves around what we're doing. Like when I was just on a little drive with my dog. Oh, my dog manifested dogs today. It was really cool. We always when we take a drive in the morning, he's like so obsessed of sticking his head out the window and he's looking for doggies. That's what I say. You got to look for doggies. And he loves dogs. And so we are always looking for them. We don't always see them. He saw one, we found one, and then we're driving around and we didn't want to drive home because somebody was walking in the street near the street that we had to go down. So we just kept going and we stopped at the next street that had a yard sale sign. So we were just like, okay, let's go down here. We kept going and going and going. Right before the yard sale, or right after the yard sale sign, was a whole bunch of dogs. Like one woman had one dog and another guy had two dogs. It just seemed like a lot of dogs all of a sudden because we never see them. So we drove really slow because they were all like socializing. We drove. I was in such a good mood because I was going through this scenario this morning, and we're driving snail pace with the windows down, all smiling. My dog's all happy, and I'm just like waving at the people and waving at the dogs, and I'm like talking, you know, saying hi guys, all this stuff, and the dog's just all happy. It was just a lot of fun. So I'm like, Gizmo, you manifested doggies. Good job. He just woke up from his nap. Okay, so bits and pieces are coming in because I just want to have fun and I want to have some kind of connection with people who want to be on this journey to, you know, and even you don't even have to purchase the journal. You know what I mean? Because it's not necessary. It's just, it's a nice thing to have to kind of keep track of your progress or to keep track of doing it for 30 days at a time. And the focus of the actual thing that you're focused on or the whatever part of your life that you're focused on and having a place for that. But otherwise, it's not necessary to buy the journal. But I'm kind of thinking that way with the possible membership. And I'm thinking January to start that. So anyway, I'm going to go and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.